Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we'll learn how to get Trello due date notifications in Slack. So we're going to show you how to get Trello due date notification directly onto your Slack account. So this integration is incredibly useful for staying on top of your task without missing a beat. Before we dive in, let's quickly go over on what Trello and Slack is all about. So if you're not familiar, this is actually Trello's dashboard. It is a powerful project management tool that will help you organize tasks and projects using boards, lists, and card. So we're currently onto my workspace already, and I'm currently onto my board, which is the name of my board. And we have here the list, which are the ideas to do in progress done. And we have each card onto its specific list. So Slack, on the other hand, this is Slack. This is a team communication platform that will help you centralize messaging and collaboration. So integrating both tools, Trello with Slack, it will allow you to receive important Trello notifications directly in your Slack channels, ensuring you never miss a task deadline. So for us to be able to begin, what exactly are we doing today? So we'll set up an integration to receive Slack notification when a Trello card is due. So as you can see, I have some due dates in here. So if the card is already due, then it should go ahead and give you a notification onto your Slack so that you won't miss that specific card. So we're going to go ahead and set up this first, and we're going to use automations or rules for this one. So as you can see here onto the upper part, we have this icon that says automation. So just simply click onto that, and we're going to click onto rules in here, since rules are what automatically responds to actions, schedules, or a card's due date. So we're going to use that one out, and you'll get redirected here onto this page. So here under automation, we have rules, scheduled, and due date. So we could try to use due date in here, and these are some samples of the due date automations that I have onto my board in here. So we're going to create a new one here, create automation. And to create a due date automation, we need first to have a trigger. So we're going to click onto that, and also make sure that due date triggers are not retroactive. For example, if you enter an automation that says 2 days before a card is due, this will not trigger for cards that are already due in 2 days or less. So it will trigger the moment a card becomes due in 2 days through the passage of time, starting from the moment the automation is entered. So if you've noticed earlier, I have some due dates already active onto my workspace or onto my board. So some of this might not work if it is already active and it is past the due. So it will start onto the new cards that we're going to add. So as you can see, we have here the due date triggers. So we could choose the moment a card is due or on the day. So let's just gonna leave this like on the day. So we're gonna click onto this plus icon to add this. So you could choose other options as well in here, but I think this one is better for testing, and we'll click onto the plus icon. So right after you add in a trigger onto an automation, it will ask you for to an action. So this action will be performed once the triggered is done. So here are some of the actions that you could do: move a card, auto remove, dates or checklist, members, content fields, sort, cascade. We have Jira, Bitbucket, and of course we have Slack. So we're going to choose Slack in here. And for us to be able to proceed, to post a message in here, we're going to need to authorize our Slack workspace before using the action. So we're going to click onto this here button in here to get redirected onto another page. So these is the app automations that we have. So you could opt to connect your account to Jira, Bitbucket, or Slack. So we're going to go ahead and connect this to post messages in a channel with automation. So we're going to wait for this one to load, and we're going to authorize some things in here to proceed. So as you can see, it is requesting permission to access test Slack workspace, and we're just going to go ahead and allow that. So feel free to read in the infos that are offered in here so that you'll know some information regarding this matter, and you'll know as well what are the permission that you are letting Slack to access onto your Trello account. And right after you have authorized that, it should go ahead and show something like this once it is connected. So it shows connected in here, and it is connected to the specific workspace that I have on my Slack. So this is the workspace that I have, and you should be able to find in Trello and Butler in here already joined. So there is a message with Trello here, and it says that we are all set onto the connection already. Now let's go ahead and head back here onto due date, and let's finish our automation earlier. So I think that one was removed. Let's head back again here and add that again. Click onto the plus icon, And right after, since we've chosen Slack in here already, so the message that we need to connect is already gone, it is now time to post a message. So you could choose what message you want to add in here, like for example, a card is due. So this message would be sent to your Slack channel. You could choose a Slack channel in here. So here are my channels on my Slack. So we're going to choose test there. So we're going to click on the test and in workspace test. And you could choose to use your own message, or you will be sending your own message in Slack, or you could use Butler. So we'll try Butler in there. And here are some of the things that you need to consider. Use Slack member ID to send a direct message. If you select myself, ensure that your specified Slack channel or you're inside it. And if you select as a butler, ensure that the Butler by Trello app is in that specified Slack channel. Now we're going to go ahead and try to set up this first. We need to add the Butler app by Trello onto our Slack channel. So just head here onto your channel. So we're going to click onto test here. We're going to click onto this icon in here to click onto the to its details. We're going to head here onto integration and we're going to add in an app. So we're going to search in here Butler by Trello. So since we have connected it earlier, so you should be able to find that here under workspace. But if you're not seeing that, then you should be able to go ahead and search that onto the search bar. So we have connected this already. So you'll just need to search Butler here. And then if you still see install in here, just click onto install. And since we have installed it already, the option is just already viewed. So as you can see, this is the information regarding Butler. So this is a no-code automation tool that will allow you to build, process, and automate any workflow. So with this tool, it is easy to automate any set of actions in Trello with rule-based trigger at the click of a button or through scheduled commands based on regular intervals or due dates, just like what we did earlier. So let's head back here onto the channel and an indicator in here that Butler is already in onto our channel. You should be able to see in here that it has joined our channel here with which is the task channel. Now going back to our board here. So since we have set this one up already, let's click onto the plus icon here. And as you can see, this is how it should look like. So for the trigger, so let's review it first. The due date automation. So for the trigger, on the day a card is due. So we'll go ahead and post a message that a card is due to a Slack channel. So this one is the test and a workspace that is named test as Butler. So you could always opt to use yourself, but make sure that you're onto a specified channel to use that. Now, once that one is already done, just click on to save once you have completed the review for that. So you should be able to see that one here onto the bottom part. Once it is already done, you should be able to see as well that this is enabled and there are a lot of options for you to do, such as edit this, copy this automation, delete this, and see its automation lag. Make sure that you have clicked onto this one, that it is enabled the automation on board. Now, let's go ahead and try to test this one out onto the cards that I have in here. So let's add in a specific card, test card. And let's add that. And we're going to go ahead and add in an automation or a due date for that. And let's use the date now, which is this one. So we have set it today, and this should go ahead and send a message onto our Slack account. So it is overdue already. Or let's try to change the due date for that. A later date today. Let's use that. Click on to save. And it is due soon. And let's try to see if you will receive a message onto your Slack. So we have saved that card out and let's just wait for it. So let's try to see this again. Let's also try to change the dates for this. So we're going to edit this one out since I think this one is retroactive and it is hard for us to go ahead and test this. So instead of on the day, we're going to go ahead and update this to onto the moment. So let's remove this first. Add in another trigger. The moment the card is due, add that and just do the same action. When post a message to Slack, card is due, and to the specific channel. So let's add that one. We're going to go ahead and click on to save in here. So as you can see, we have successfully updated that one here onto the bottom part. What we're gonna do, we're gonna update the dates here since these are retroactive cards, and we're gonna choose a due date that which is a minute from now. And we're gonna wait for this one to go ahead and notify onto our Slack. So this is the card and this is its due date. It is due soon. We'll just have to wait for this. And as you can see, here are the messages that we were able to receive onto our Slack account. So we have here from Butler, since the first one that we've created earlier, that one is we've chosen Butler for that. And we have joined Butler onto our Slack channel. And also I've tried out to add in an automation using your own account. So I have two messages in here that a card is due, and this is that message around 3:40 p.m. And there you have it. That's how you set up Trello due date notifications in Slack. So it is actually a fantastic way to keep track of your tasks without missing any deadlines. If you have any questions or requests for other videos, leave them in the comment below. And if you think this has been helpful to you, then don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and we'll see you on to our next video.